Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Angling Focus. Today I will be tying a variation of Pat's Rebel Lake Stonefly pattern. Before we start, here are the materials that you need. A light color tying thread of your choice. Here I'm using tan. Lead-free soft wire. Here I'm using size 25 thousandth of an inch. Uniflex rubber materials. Here I'm using dark brown color. Tungsten bead head in gold color, size 4.7 millimeters. For hook, I'm using Mustad streamer size number 6 hook. But feel free to use different size depending on the size of stoneflies found in the river system that you fish. For the body materials, I'm using micro chenille size number 1 in ginger color. You also gonna need permanent markers in black and brown. Make sure to buy one with a fine point. Alright, let's begin. First, put the hook securely on the tying vise. Start the tying thread right behind the hook eye. Do a few wraps to secure it. Then cut or snip off the tag. Take a strain of the Uniflex rubber material, fold it in half around the tying thread, and start wrapping the tying thread to secure it in place. Do a few more wraps. Make sure that the rubber materials sits on top of the hook shank and not onto the side. Do a few whip finishes and cut or snip off the tying thread. Next, we're gonna insert the tungsten bead head with a small hole first. To secure the bead head in place, I use about 8 turns of the soft wire. The wire also adds extra weight to the fly, and I find that 8 to 10 turns of this help get the fly down the water column quickly. Cut the excess and the tag's end, then push the soft wire tightly against the bead head. Start a new tying thread. Do a few wraps to secure the wire in place. For the legs, use the same tying technique as the antennae. The only difference is to make sure that the rubber materials sits on the side of the soft wire and not on top. Repeat the same procedure on the other side. Once you finish tying the other side of the legs, make sure that both strain of the rubber materials are level. Then do a few turns with your tying thread around, in front, and behind the tying points to secure them in place. Bring your tying thread towards the bend of the hook and stop right at the hook point. Here, I'm gonna tie down the last strain of the rubber materials on top of the hook shank. Followed by a few tight wraps of the tying thread to secure it there. Expose the nylon core of the micro chenille and secure it to the hook with a few wraps of the tying thread. Advance your tying thread forward and rest it right behind the bead head. Start wrapping the micro chenille forward. Try to avoid trapping the rubber leg materials as you go. Once you reach the bead head, secure the micro chenille with the tying thread. Cut off the excess. With the tying thread, do a few whip finishes. And then cut off the tying thread. Now, trim the antennae to desired length by pulling both rubber strain forward before cutting them. Do the same thing for the tail. For the legs, I pull all 4 strain upward before cutting them all at the same time. Here comes the fun part. Dab the top half of the fly with black marker. Then do the same with the brown one. This creates a nice two-tone stonefly. It is also to note that good permanent markers won't bleed to the bottom of the fly. You may, however, need to reapply the permanent markers once in a while, since the colors will fade after repeated exposures to UV rays and water. And there you have it, another variations of the famous Pat's Rubber Lake Stonefly. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel if not already done so. Thank you for watching. See you next time.